So like I was saying, I canceled the MPC Live 3, and it was a hard decision. It was a very hard decision, but I realized that the Live 2, Live 1, MPC 1, MPCX, MPCXSC, they're all more than capable. Um, it's great to have a machine that can do so many things, and it's people gotta understand, I'm not trying to feed you this machine or sell you this machine, but I don't want to keep changing my workflow, right? So the MPC has become my writing notebook where I write my stuff, and it's very important for me to have something that I'm comfortable writing my music in. And I already got a lot of muscle memory with it, and also FL Studio, because I use FL Studio as my recording machine, and everything goes into FL Studio afterwards, which is very powerful. I just don't like the way FL Studio works when it comes to. I want to stay away from looking at the screen trying to click, even though I'm looking at the screen on the MPC. But you don't pay attention to what's happening on the screen. You might go to the screen just to change something, but I find that I use more of my ears when I'm on the MPC than when I'm on the FL Studio, because FL Studio, everything, the things that's supposed to be tactile things are inside of the software. So that's why I use external hardware to make our music, because it's just more comfortable. For me, it's way more comfortable to bang the music out with the piano and play it real time. Also, I haven't picked up my guitar. That's another thing. I'm gonna start making more music with my guitar. I miss playing the fucking guitar because I've been on the piano for so long, and I've been practicing a lot of piano ever since I started this music here and on the computer and stuff. So I let go of the guitar and focus more on having a drummer perspective, because when you're a guitar player, you don't think too much about drums. You think more about melodies and chords, right? And when you play guitar, you don't have the same view as a person that plays piano, because there's two different instruments, right? So the guitar has a way of thinking that the piano doesn't have. And the guitar is more intricate. It's more like you have to be more creative to get more tone out of it. Also the piano, but the greatest thing about the piano is that you have more notes accessible, since you have 10 fingers. You have 10 fingers to make more complex chords and things like that. And I'm getting used to that, and I need to practice. Also, I want to keep practicing more different modes, or chord modes, what you may call it, inversions, which is the same notes of a chord, but some of the notes are transposed down and whatnot. And I gotta practice my minor sevenths on the whole thing, get used to it. Somebody said one time to learn the C scale, the C, and then you can transpose after that into all the rest of the scales, all the rest of the notes, and you can learn all the scales on C, and then you can transpose, which is a thing that I have to start doing. Yeah. The other thing I want to practice is that my father says, he wants me to read the pentagram. He wants me to start trying to learn how to read the pentagram, and how, because there's different pentagrams for different instruments, and you know they need to be I need to be more like, I can learn things from I can learn really good things from older written stuff from the past, that I can just go and pick up a pentagram written by somebody, and learn a little bit of jazz and why it is done like that, and may probably see the relationship between the music that they wrote, and take from that and make new music out of that. What do you mean tactical? How? Because MIDI's tactical, bro. Have you ever seen a rifle? What makes a rifle tactical? Well, what makes a rifle tactical is the ability to put upgrades to it. You can add stuff to it. You can add lasers. You can add scopes. You can add. So MIDI is what makes it's what makes hardware tactical. Am I wrong? What you mean pentagram? You're speaking nonsense. A pentagram. Yeah, a pentagram. You don't know what a pentagram is? It's where you write the music. Written music? What do you call that? Isn't that a pentagram? That's what? Fuck it 88. I like your name, bro. I really do. Super who? Super Millennial. What? Hey guys, like and subscribe if you like my bullshit. Inappropriate. So yeah, man. Like I said, the pentagram, I want to learn how to read it fluently. Like, you can pick up like an instrument, and somebody has wrote a part for that instrument, and it's not that I don't understand how the paper was written. Is that you have to be fluent when you read it. You have to know what you're reading and be able to play it. Like when you're reading a paragraph in a book, or when you're reading a book and you read it out loud, you can read it and people can hear what it says on the paper. Same thing with music can be done with music. So I want to be able to do that. I think I should start doing it now. I understand the notes, and there's a whole bunch of different things that makes that nice, what does signal vibrato? Like, there's things that signal vibrato on a note, note bends, and silence, and you have all these things that can be written down on a paper that if you learn how to read it well, you can get ideas from people that have wrote more complex music, and you can learn a lot from that by playing those types of music. Even though when it comes to creation, I don't think about writing anything down. I think more about what I feel at the moment and what sound should come out of me, and that's pretty much how I make music. I make music depending on what I feel the sound should be, like what I want to put on the sound. And when your mind is not there, it's really hard to come up with something. So that's when You know, when your mind is empty, that's when you grab somebody else's work or sheet music and you put it in front of you, and you can play that for a couple minutes, and then it might spark up something new, you know. So that's a good way of doing it. It's Super Melania, what do you think about AI taking over? I don't care about AI. I think it's just one more thing that is gonna be bothering me in the internets. It's AI. People don't understand that AI doesn't go nowhere without human input. And then the day they unleash it, so the day they unleash AI, they will unleash AI, and AI is gonna be able to learn from everything that it can see. But you see, AI is gonna be attached to the internet. AI cannot learn unless they make a robot that walks around and talks around. That's the only way AI is going to be able to be sentient, is that it'll have to live around us, around people. It has to be in groups of people. It'll have to sit down and communicate with everybody and have concerns. And it needs to worry, and it needs to make mistakes. And you know, AI, I'm not too worried about it right now. AI could be different. It could take a different form, because people think that AI could take human form, and it will not. It will take its own form, and it might behave probably against us, or probably it won't even mind us. And that's the thing. It could completely stop working for us in the end. And that's what my mind thinks that way. It's like AI could become so sentient that it will stop working for us, and it will start working for itself. And you know, as long as we don't stay in its way, it will give us everything that we need, as long as we stay out of its way. So if it's an intelligent being, I would be like that. If I was an intelligent being in a community of 1,000,000 chimps, right? If I was in a community of 1,000,000 chimps, and I'm the only human, what would you think that an intelligent being would do? I'll behave like a chimp, just to be able to survive and get my way. Because once they don't bother me, I can do pretty much anything. You know, AI and music, what's gonna happen is already happening. Oh, I haven't talked about that, but there's a lady that she's a lawyer. I forgot her name because I don't remember people's names like that, but she's on the internet. She's the top music lawyer, that's what she says. And I forgot their name, if somebody knows her. Okay, Super Melania says, it feels good to be alive right now, and pretty soon we're gonna see afterlife, and who knows what afterlife, you know, because we are all gonna see it. Well, whatever happens in the afterlife, you don't know until you die. I've been close to death, and I've seen nothing, so I don't know what's afterlife. I don't even know our existence within itself. It's a mystery, because you have this big old playground, which is the universe, is a big old playground. And mathematically, it's not just the only playground. There's many playgrounds in a pool of playgrounds, which means that this body, this energy, this state of mind is a conglomerate of lived experiences, and the vessel that we are in carries all the memories from all those past experiences, and probably our genetics hold all the traces of the past, or all the traces from our ancestors, and then that's the coding that which we work with. That's the same coding that brings us disease, same coding that has generational generational behaviors. And I believe we're not even we after billions, well, not billions, but millions upon millions of years of evolution, this coding has been getting more complex by the day. And the more things we do, that's why I deeply understand religion and the way that the religion works. I can only speak about like Christianity and the way, because it's not about being Christian. It's about what happened with Christ, and what was happening with Christ was that he found a way. He found a way, and the way is very hard to comprehend, because the way, it's there's something that is not open to everybody, that is closed. It's something that we have within. It is something within that we haven't been able to tap in, right? And it has so much more power than we don't even have an idea what kind of power do we really have when we're existing in a floating globe in the middle of nothingness, with a sun placed right perfectly in the middle that gives us life. So I mean,